High-rolling ribeye from the top of Vegas.
That's awesome.
Home-style cooking that'll bring the house down.
This is on like a whole different level, man.
And LA's most luscious brunch. And the best part is, you'll think they made a mistake on the bill.
Jump in the pool, you get 50% off your meal.
You're getting gourmet food at really bargain basement prices.
Get here now before everyone finds out.
Food Paradise goes frugalicious.
It's really yummy.
It's delightful.
Rich.
You're gonna feel the heat.
Ole.
With these budget bites.
Wowza.
Ain't that pretty?
Okay, who's got the burger urge? In St. Louis, there's a place where it feels like your snack dollar stretches all the way out west. Max Local Eats.
At Max Local Eats, you're definitely not gonna break the bank.
The burgers are super affordable. Mac does have all my money, but that's because I come here too much.
We're serving smash burgers. You can do up to 4 of them on a burger.
A double, triple, or quadruple burger for about the same price as fast food. But unlike your average grab-and-go burger, Max specializes in high-quality, dry-aged, and pasture-raised beef and pork.
We do not buy any conventionally raised beef or pork. We buy high-quality local proteins from small local farms.
Experience the free-range flavor of the peppery pork perfection that is the Dirty Sancho.
We literally built this burger around this salsa negra paste. It's a really nice stack of flavors.
Mac makes some of that inspirational salsa negra aioli.
And we're gonna lube that pan with a little pork lard.
Chipotle and guajillo peppers rehydrate in pork fat.
Few things taste as good as pork fat. See that? It's starting to hydrate very nicely. Now we can throw in some of our garlic. Last but not least, piloncino. It's brown sugar cane in the shape of a cone.
The paste finishes in a pan of boiling water before getting buzzed in the blender.
We're gonna go 4 parts garlic mayonnaise, and we're gonna go 1 part negra paste.
The most important layer of our sky-high stack burger starts with a cold shoulder.
What we have here is a section of pork shoulder that we're gonna bone out. The shoulders of pigs are really nice because it's about an 80-20 mix of meat to fat. Let's get porked, guys.
Mac loads the grinder with our fine swine.
Some people might hate the daily grind, but around here, we love it. You are not gonna find a better ground pork than that right there.
Then, not 1, not 2, but 3 perfectly portioned patties get set to grilling.
If you go bigger than 2 ounces, the moisture content increases quite a bit, and then of course you avoid getting the crispiness that we have become known for.
Don't let the skinny smash fool you. This burger's fully stacked with a crispy patty triple play. It's like loads of bacon on a burger.
I enjoy them more than the big thick burgers myself. The flavor's better. Hashtag get smashed. We're gonna shape these. We're trying to get them thin around the edge. The more sugars you can caramelize, the more flavor you're gonna get on each of these patties.
Melty pepper jack adds to our perfect porkiness. Max squirts the sauce on a toasted brioche along with shaved onions and bourbon molasses pickled jalapenos. The triple patty short stack completes our smashed Sancho, and it's flanked by fries.
Feeling cheap and dirty? How about a dirty Sancho?
Called the Dirty Sancho because it makes you want to ole.
I think my favorite part is that outside ring. It's practically like a meat chip. It's so good, it's ridiculous.
The smashed patties, it just gives this good porky, salty flavor to it.
That is the best burger in St. Louis.
The great thing with this is the jalapeno really comes through. You feel like about 10,000 bucks.
For the price, I mean, you really can't beat it.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I'm excited. The Dirty Sancho's got me.
For a big beefy bargain with a southern accent, try Mac's Double Pimento Burger.
The double pimento burger is kind of a nod to my southern heritage. I was born in western Louisiana. Pimento cheese, fried green tomatoes, those are all staples down in the South.
First, he fire roasts red peppers, AKA pimentos.
All we want to do is get these nice and roasted on all 4 sides, and then we'll be able to peel off the skin. Peels off easy breezy. we're gonna take our cheddar. We're gonna go a little bit of cream cheese, a little bit of hot sauce.
This is a pretty involved process.
For the amount of time we put into this, we are practically giving it away.
Now dress it up for the ball. One last Dixieland topper, a pickled fried green tomato.
The double pimento burger, twice as nice at a fraction of the price.
This burger is so ridiculous. I'm gonna start calling my kid the double pimento.
Pimento cheese is the definition of ooey gooey goodness. I mean, creamy cheesy on top of that thick, crunchy tomato on top of that premium beef. Win, win, win.
Double pimento, it has a deep fried green tomato on it, which sounds crazy, but it's perfect on a burger because it fits the patty just right.
The quality of the beef is just out of this world.
There's a reason I eat this multiple times a week.
This is dry-aged beef. That's not cheap. It is an insanely good deal and an insanely good burger.
You gotta take the extra and you save it for last. Yeah.
It's like a burger dessert.
It's my favorite dessert.
Yep.
All you frugal food lovers in the Show Me State now know the best place to chow down.
If you want to eat on the cheap, you got to come to Max Local Eats. That's how it's done.
In the funky and fashionable Fairfax district of Los Angeles, the punches are spiked and the brunches are unbeatable. Top-notch nosh comes at a cost.
For trendy places, I believe that it is sometimes hard to find good deals. The trendier it is, the more you kind of have to pay for.
At Tart, you can be trendy without being spendy if you're willing to take the plunge before you pay your bill.
You gotta come here, jump in the pool, you get 50% off your meal.
We're a hotel with a pool. We wanted to have fun, so hence half off if you jump in with your clothes on. That is fully clothed, by the way. So this 50% off really hits that mark of being within everybody's budget. And it creates one of the best deals in Los Angeles.
Tart Restaurant at the Farmer's Daughter Hotel is making a big splash with a hot pool deal for the coolest meal of the day. Brunch.
I love this. I jump in the pool to eat it.
And while every dish is half off if you're willing to get wet, might we suggest diving right in with Tart's supremely tasty breakfast burrito.
If you don't have a burrito on your menu, you're nobody. It's part of LA, it's in the culture, it belongs here.
Chef Alois begins his burrito by firing up some home fries.
You gotta have potato in it for that morning burst of starch and energy, you know? Carbs get you going.
The parboiled pieces go into the deep fryer, while hatch chilies and caramelized onions kill it in the skillet.
Beautiful golden brown color is what you're looking for.
He tosses it all together with lots of salt and parsley, then brings the heat to some chorizo.
This smell wakes me up almost as much as my coffee does. Give the chorizo some color, cook it through, get it a little crispy on some parts so you get a nice little meaty crunch.
Next, potatoes rock the Spotify playlist.
They just absorb that chorizo grease. They get embedded with all that delicious chorizo flavor, so it's just hitting at every bite.
It ain't a breakfast burrito without some fresh local eggs.
We use egg more as a binder and less as a main ingredient. This is a hearty breakfast burrito, full of meat, full of potato.
Some cotija will cheese it up inside and out.
You want that freshness from it, but you also want it gooey throughout.
Tart's tortillas are, of course, fresh and local.
To roll out.
Oh, nice toss.
Yeah, dude, I love Frisbee golf.
Then how about a round of polite golf applause for the finishing maneuvers? Warm tortilla, more cotija, stuffed with the good stuff, then roll, baby, roll. He gives it some golden brown crunch on the grill and sauces up a serving skillet.
The salsa verde we make in-house. Dang, that looks good.
A zigzag of zesty lime crema zips it all up.
And this is our breakfast burrito.
You know when you dance, I mean it's good.
Look how loaded that is. They don't skimp on anything.
It's what I've been waiting for since 7 a.m. today. There's a little spice. The chorizo definitely stands out.
I would definitely jump in the pool for this burrito.
It's been on my list to do in LA.
Get here now before everyone finds out.
You won't want to wait a half hour before swimming to get half off on the crab potato Benedict.
One day, I came in really hungover, and we had all this leftover stuff. We had a bunch of crab for an event we had, and I was like, what is a great hangover cure?
Any kind of crabbiness can be cured with crab.
Blue crab, fresh from Maryland. Then to that, we're just gonna add a big heaping helping of parsley. Why so much parsley? It's just so good. It's herbaceous, it's a little bitter, so it helps with the sweetness of the crab.
Lime juice.
Such a bright, almost kiss of flavor. But now we're gonna kick it up a little bit with some serrano pepper.
He gives it a few more kicks and a good mix.
We're about to bust out some hollandaise sauce. Nothing better than putting eggs on top of eggs.
It gets a light cook using a double boiler and festively tangy champagne vinegar.
It's brunch. This is almost like a mimosa hollandaise.
He goes double or muffin.
Cut the butts off.
And opts for a baked potato base. Slice, season, and sear. And let the benediction begin.
Crab Benedict the Tart way, only in LA.
Happiness.
The egg is just perfect. The crab is very fresh, and it's just delicious.
And it's a good sized portion too.
Yes.
Like it's not some kind of scrawny.
It's enough to share.
I like the potatoes. I'm a starch girl. That potato bite just made it.
Potato kind of replaces the English muffin that's a little more traditional for Eggs Benedict. I'd order potatoes on the side anyways, but it's already in there. It's perfect.
Get here now and jump in the pool. You can get it for less than $10.
It's free laundry. You get to wash the clothes, gets it for fresh. It's nice.
I love jumping in the pool afterwards. That's probably my favorite part.
With a cool vibe and special pool pricing, everything's going swimmingly at Tart Restaurant in LA.
We keep coming back.
Yeah.
We just keep coming back.
We can't get enough.
We're crazy.
The food scene in Chicago is crammed with high-priced creations from celebrity chefs. But one of the city's biggest and best budget bites can be found at this local family joint, the 70-year-old Naughtley & Son.
It's a nice working-class neighborhood. Everybody comes in here. For what you get, you couldn't beat that price at a fast food joint down the street.
Portions are colossal, in my opinion. They're unmatched from anywhere else in the area.
So many people come in here and say, oh my God, this is just like my mom's. Takes people back, it makes them feel good.
Third-generation owner George Naughtley got pulled back into the family business after spending time as a rugby player and a professional wrestler.
My grandmother lived with me growing up. She always cooked. My mom was a great cook. So I started the cooking that way. Here I am, about 30 years later.
George Naughtley looks like he might want to lay the smackdown on you, but the fact is he's just laying down chicken palms and ciabattas all day.
No, he's the nicest guy ever, honestly.
For George's loyal fans, the main event is also one of the best bargains on the menu. Weighing in at only $5.75, the Italian beef and sausage combo sandwich.
We make pretty much everything in-house. It's great quality, it's great flavor. I like to keep my prices low because I want people to come in here and not feel like they can't afford to eat here. Money's tight for a lot of people, so you want them to be able to come in here and feed their families at a reasonable price.
What is it about the combo that's just so good?
This sandwich is a Chicago staple. I went to college up in Minnesota. First weekend, me and my roommate, we told some guys, hey, where can we get a combo? And they looked at us like we were from Mars. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long 4 years.
This top seller starts with 10 pounds of top round and a whole handful of fresh garlic.
I remember my mom, when I was a kid, she'd always make a roast, and I'd always see her poke a hole and plug garlic in it. And when we started doing our beef, I thought of my mom doing it, and I'm like, why not plug the beef with some garlic?
The garlic-studded roast gets a two-sided rub-down with a house blend of Italian seasonings. Then, George wrestles it into the oven for a night of low and slow.
So it really cooks very thoroughly. It makes it really nice and tender.
That tender Italian beef will be paired with Italian sausage that Naughtley's been making since George's grandfather started the business back in 1948.
Mild with the fennel seed. Traditional Italian sausage. Ain't that pretty?
Pretty enough to eat, so let's eat already.
Gonna make a combo sandwich on some nice fresh Italian bread. I'll put some mild sausage on it. We throw our beef on top. Too much, but we pile it on. Always enough.
Then it's roasted peppers or whatever toppings the customer wants.
Go to these other joints and you need 2 or 3 of these. Here, 1 and you're done.
And the winner, by unanimous decision, our mouths.
Original Nautilene Sun Combo, $5.75. It's a knockout. That's Chicago, right there. Everything you want, the best.
You get the charbroiled snap of the sausage first, and then you get the newly sliced beef, seasoned perfectly. It's love in between bread.
It's on point, man. Probably the best Italian sausage I've ever had in my life. He charred it up real good, and it just goes perfectly with the beef. He dipped it in the juice, so it's real juicy. That's a good sandwich right there.
Our next contender entering the ring, Mama Rita's Meatloaf Sandwich.
My mother used to make a really good meatloaf, so I decided let's do a special of meatloaf on Monday. Put our ground beef in there, ground pork.
That meaty mixture gets house-made breadcrumbs and the usual suspects of seasonings. And then comes Dad's favorite condiment, ketchup.
Adds a little sweetness, keeps it moist.
George tags in some teammates from the dairy aisle, including his most trusted ally.
The Munster cheese goes in. You gotta lay some cheese in there. And that melts in there really nicely.
Once that cheesy meatloaf's baked and sliced, George toasts the ciabatta roll with house-made garlic spread and even more cheese. Adds the star attraction, and it's the weekly special that makes Mondays worth it.
Mama Rita's Meatloaf Sandwich. Comfort food, Italian style.
Combination of the flavors, the moisture, the inside of the bread is nice and soft. It's crunchy and the outside is outstanding. It really, really is. And for a second bite.
I mean, my mom's meatloaf is good, but this is on like a whole different level, man.
Well, it's not your mom's typical meatloaf. It's a huge sandwich. It's amazing. It melts in your mouth. There's a lot of different flavors inside with the cheese and the ciabatta bread, and it's just perfect and delicious.
Even better than Mom used to make. And at Nautilene & Son, both the price and the flavor are like something out of a fairy tale.
They must dip these sandwiches in unicorn tears, because there's something else.
In the capital of Foodlandia, aka Portland, Oregon, they put a high price on the value of quality, affordable eats.
Portland's a really big food town because we have so much variety. The only bad thing about Portland is that there's too much good stuff.
And for the lowest cost to yumminess ratio on Southeast Division Street, get your meal ticket punched at the Bollywood Theater. Indian food is seasoned with exotic and often pricey spices, making it more of a splurge day meal than a budget bite. But at Bollywood Theater, you get international flavors that don't break the bank.
A lot of bang for your buck here.
It's very affordable. For the quality of food, it's worth every penny. Fits well in our budget. The ambience is fantastic as well.
It's not just your senses of taste and thrift that get pleasantly overwhelmed here.
One thing we really try and do here is capture what is the energy and spirit of India, which is a difficult thing to do, but we really try and cram the room full of noise and energy so that we can recreate that in some small way.
For a fistful of flavor that's under $5, try this subcontinental street food standard, a sputified slider called Vada Pav.
The nice thing about vada pav is that it's a really nice balance. You have potatoes, which people may think of as kind of a simple food, and you really punch it up with chilies and spice and chutneys, so you have acid, heat, salt.
Troy starts with the seasoning and works his way out. First up, curry leaves.
Curry leaves are interesting because as an herb, you actually saute them, which is a different thing to do. And we'll saute those with our black mustard seeds.
As the curry leaves crisp and the mustard seeds pop, in goes garlic and ginger. Then another versatile Indian go-to.
Turmeric. It's kind of a citrusy, bright, flavored spice.
That cooked-down spice blend revs up some pureed russets, which are then dipped in a batter made from chickpea flour, rice flour, baking soda, and cayenne for spice. A good coating, and in they go. They'll develop a crispy falafel-esque dimension as they deep fry. Troy gives a quick flavor-driving lesson on India's most iconic condiment, chutney.
There's thousands of chutneys used in India. This dish actually has 4 of them. I'm gonna make one of my favorites and probably the most classic of Indian chutneys, which is a green chutney.
Bright, herbaceous aromatics make the green go. Cilantro, mint, toasted cumin, lime juice, serrano peppers, sugar, salt, etc. I'd go on, but the balls are ready.
We're gonna assemble our vada pav. pao mein bread, so with this some pao buns that we made ourselves.
So soft, buttery, and toasty. The perfect stage for the flavor palooza that follows.
Tamarind chutney to the buns, which is made with tamarind and dates and some spices as well. It's kind of a sloppy, messy dish by design. One of the potato balls that we just fried.
2 more wet chutneys, and get this garnish, dried coconut chutney.
Some coconuts, some chilies, jaggery, which is an Indian sugar, a little pile of that. It's kind of a caramely, sweet, spicy little garnish. Vada pao, so many delicious flavors for so little cash.
Wow. They have a crunch in the bun, and the actual potato in there is pretty soft.
Nice and soft, fluffy potatoes.
It also has like a little bit of spice and refreshing minty quality to it.
It's kind of like a mashed potato sandwich. Not too spicy, but definitely a nice little hint of spice.
It's close to the Indian street food that we get back home.
This next budget bite is the perfect way to get penny pinchers to eat their veggies. This saucy, crunchy delight is a little something called the Gobi Manchurian.
Gobi Manchurian is a really fun dish. It comes from the northeast part of India, from Calcutta, where there was a very large Chinese population at different times in their history.
They say that deep frying anything makes it better. And after seeing this scrumptious snack made from cauliflower, we're believers.
The cauliflower is dipped in a batter and fried, so we're gonna start with that batter.
It's a different batter than for the potato balls, but with more interesting ingredients than a wizard's potion.
Do our best to make that lump-free.
The sweet and spicy Manchurian sauce is also Daredevil level difficult. Like, what's this exotic red paste you're adding now?
Ketchup. Ketchup is really common in Chinese food.
Who knew? The cauliflower's unexpected deep-fried co-star is lemon.
The lemon really adds a lot of brightness, little surprise bites for you.
Okay, Gobi, go be delicious.
Gobi Manchurian, the best way to taste the world on a budget.
I think it's sweet. At the same time, it's really tasty. It has that attracting taste.
Like how a deep fried food should be. It's really yummy. The cauliflower has this really nice crunch to it that you don't normally get in cauliflower. It can get really mushy, but the outside, they've made it so crispy. And the sauce that's on it is so interesting and rich.
Wow. Portland's Bollywood Theater is a magical money-saving spot that really hits the spot, eventually. What it lacks in sunshine, Seattle makes up for in a deluge of delicious dishes. But when you're looking to dine on succulent seafood without spending too much loot, drop anchor at White Swan Public House.
We come over in our boat all the time and tie up after work on a Friday and come have cocktails and appetizers. It's a lot of fun.
It truly is kind of quintessential Seattle.
The owner's local roots run deep.
Started my career in the seafood business, chucking fish down in the Pike Place Market. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the place where the guys throw the fish and yell and big orange rubber pants.
Affordably capturing the flavor of this town between the deep blue sea and the great white north is their poutine of the sea.
The poutine of the sea, it's such a warm dish. It's truly comfort food. You dig in, you got your clams and your fries and the gravy. It's really fantastic on a typical Seattle day.
A tidal wave of flavor for less than the price of a movie ticket. Chef Josh Neby. Make it happen, Captain.
We're gonna start with the gravy for the chowder. The first thing we're gonna use is European butter. It's really, really awesome. Huge fat content. We'll add a little bit of sliced bacon, try and bring out sweet, smoky flavor that bacon provides. As soon as it gets too crispy, it tends to taste a little burnt. Burnt is not a great flavor.
In goes onions and celery for a quick sweat down, followed by white wine.
It's your standard Chardonnay.
A small symphony of seasonings, a little flour, fish stock, cream, and a lot of stirring get it to that smooth chowder place. Now, are the clams also local?
You get these great little neck clams. Great flavor. Their texture is incredible, and they're super sweet. We want to create steam. Steam is hotter than just boiling water, and it's going to open the clams faster.
If you can't see them, how do you know when they're done?
You can hear them start clacking against the lid, and the lid will kind of move and dance on its own. As you can see, clams are opening. They look super stoked to be where they are.
A pile of crispy Kennebecks gets scattered with clams, smothered with chowder, and sprinkled with more bacon and scallions.
White Swan's Poutine of the Sea. A meal for two for the price of one.
All the things you love on one dish, but with a Seattle twist, it's perfect.
I feel like for the price that we paid for this dish, there's quite a bit of food there.
I've never had poutine before like this.
It's one of the most unique French fry tastes I've ever had. With the combination of seafood, bacon, the mixture they have in there, the onions, phenomenal.
It kind of tastes like clams, and it has a lot of bacon flavor in it.
You know, those heavy food and a nice dark red wine. I need a red wine, please.
But by far, the biggest bargain on White Swan's menu is their $1 oysters, AKA
$1 shucks.
The price is right, and the variety is like an oyster world tour.
Oysters from New Zealand, East Coast oysters, to Washington oysters, California oysters, Canadian oysters, oysters from all around the world.
Enough jiving, let's shuck. Lesson 1.
Sharp knife, oyster, palm of your hand, put the knife into the oyster, not into your hand. Super key.
Josh carefully works that blade around the relevant areas like a master and puts those briny beauties on ice.
That's where we're gonna serve it from. It's important to keep them nice and cold.
That does it for the cooking, but we need some condiments. First, a zippy cocktail sauce turbocharged with horseradish.
What's nice about this sauce is with the fresh grated horseradish compared to prepared horseradish is we have some texture, we can see it.
And then, a simple dip with a fancy name.
Other sauce for the oysters is the pickleback mignonette.
It's got tangy pickle juice and spices, oniony shallots, plus spicy Korean pepper flakes.
And there you have it. Oysters on the half shell here at the White Swan.
So good. So fresh. It's fantastic.
You got a little spice, you got a little salty, a little citrus.
Spicy horseradish or mignonette?
I thought it tasted way better with the horseradish. I like a little bit of spice, and I've never had that before, and everywhere I go, that's what I'm gonna ask for. I thought that was delicious.
You into that pickleback?
It's delightful.
That was like a pop of just zest. Wowza. I just can't even explain it.
And for $1, you know, during a happy hour, you can't go wrong.
In Seattle, like a piece of oyster is like a full $5, you know? Dollar oyster in this quality is hard to find, for sure.
At Seattle's White Swan Public House, you don't have to shell out a lot of clams to get filled up and then some.
I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
There's no need to blow a bundle to get great vacation vittles. Not on Hilton Head Island, off the coast of Carolina, at a sweet spot called Chow Daddy's.
You're getting gourmet food at really bargain basement prices. You feel like you're eating like a fast food restaurant, but you're eating this amazing food.
And if you really want to branch out, you can play ping pong in the middle of the day.
Who's the mastermind that combined gourmet food at a bargain price with your favorite childhood pastimes? A guy whose name is literally Price.
Who's your chow daddy?
There are 50 of us in my family, and one thing we love almost as much as each other is our food. So we're always thinking about food. We're always thinking about the next meal.
The biggest bargain on the menu? Their fried chicken taco. It's just $4. That's chicken feed. Sure, you can get 99-cent tacos, but this taco is chock full of some of the best ingredients money can buy.
Amazing ingredients. It's freshly prepared, only the highest quality food, and a lot of love goes into our tacos. Think it's gourmet on a budget. Where can you get that kind of food for $4?
I want tacos!
The people have spoken. Chef Fernando seasons chicken breast with Chow Daddy's top secret homemade rub. His technique is, shall we say, unusual.
Now that my chicken is seasoned, I'm gonna be taking it to the smoker, where it's gonna be at 180 degrees for a full hour.
With the chicken smoking, Fernando sets his sights on the sauce. Spicy sriracha meets mayo, followed by
honey. You're gonna get a whole lot of sweetness next to a bunch of heat. Definitely, you're gonna feel the heat. Hot and sweet. I think we should call this Fernando.
Saucy. Now our totally smoked bird is ready for frying. Fernando cuts the breast in half and then dredges them in flour and a spicy sriracha-laced buttermilk, followed by an additional dunk in the flour.
You're gonna get the sriracha flavor on the inside and the crispy flavor on the outside. First, I'm gonna put this garlic aioli all around the tortilla.
That zestiness is followed by a colorful stack of herbs and greens. Plenty of the fried chicken, and even more green in the form of silky avocado slices. That costs extra in most places. Not here.
I'm making a masterpiece over here. The final touch. Fernando. Behold, Chow Daddy's $4 fried chicken tacos.
Oh, that's so good. It's crunchy, delicious, sweet, and savory. It's everything you could want in one little wrapped up taco.
Avocado's a great touch on it. The sauce has just a touch of spice. So it's perfect combination with the fried chicken.
Yeah, $4 a piece, you can't beat this. Great meal.
These tacos are definitely a gourmet bargain, for sure.
They say time is money, and you can taste the investment in their 12-hour pulled pork taco. Fernando slides the seasoned shoulder into the smoker.
It's gonna be smoking at 180 degrees for a full hour, and after that, it's gonna be 10 hours at 250 degrees.
11 low and slow hours later, it's the pork and not your budget that gets shredded.
This is what I call gourmet taco meat. Look at it.
Here's where Fernando gets funky, mixing up a nice Alabama-style white barbecue sauce, normally only served on chicken. That's mayo, apple cider vinegar, and a taco truck full of seasonings. It all happens on a grilled tortilla topped with crunchy greens.
And for the final touch, my white barbecue and my sriracha aioli, AKA Fernando.
He's really trying to make this Fernando thing happen.
Can you believe all this taste for $4? Really?
Absolutely delicious, oh my God. Oh, that pulled pork, smoky, and the arugula, absolutely perfect, delicious.
I just got a great burst of flavor from the garlic with the barbecue, but it's really creamy with that sauce. Yeah. You have the avocado that's creamy too. The barbecue, it just is a perfect pairing. And the arugula, it's like a burst of flavor in your mouth. I mean, it's phenomenal.
If you listen closely, you might hear the siren song of folks loving the sensibly priced snacks. At Chow Daddy's.
$4 tacos!
You don't have to be a high roller to eat like one in Las Vegas.
Who wants to blow tons and tons of money on food and beverage?
When you have champagne and caviar cravings, but your budget is ham and eggs, head to Herbs and Rye for their half off at happy hour specials.
Hands down, without a doubt, the best value in this city. What makes a great happy hour? Being happy during that hour. It's not just about the great deals, it's also about the ambiance, being able to create an amazing atmosphere, having people just really, truly enjoy and embody everything that you are.
I literally go out of my way, get away from the strip to come over here because of the awesome deals you can get on food at this place. What you get here is what you can get at the top-end restaurants. This place gives you that kind of quality for what I can afford on my budget.
Move past the apps right to the happy hour VIP section. The half-price 18-ouncer Urban Rye's Ribeye.
And it comes with a free size, so I mean, what's not to love about that?
There's no skimping when it comes to this steak. Chef Mariano Ochoa seasons some certified Angus beef.
Behold, the ribeye. Why wouldn't you order this? Look at this steak, come on.
This quality steak is made all the richer with Mariano's homemade balsamic butter.
Balsamic butter gives the steaks a sweet finish.
While the steak sears, Chef turns to our Scotch-enhanced side, whiskey smashed potatoes.
We love whiskey around here. This one's for me right here. Cheers, guys. Oh, God.
Now, properly primed, he takes those tender red gold potatoes and Chef Smash.
My mom said I couldn't play with my food, but look at me now. That's a fire. Whiskey adds smokiness to the potatoes. It gives it a nice char from the oak barrels they were made from.
Chef Ochoa finishes this budget bite for ballers with yet more richness.
You know, every potato needs heavy cream, come on.
And your taste buds are playing with house money.
There you go, 18 ounces of ribeye with the whiskey smashed potato, and it's all half off.
Oh my God, so good.
The rest is mine.
I've been waiting all day for that steak. You put it right back there. It's so flavorful.
That's awesome. Very tender. It's got a smoky flavor. It's got the juices sealed in. It explodes in your mouth.
The ribeye tastes fantastic. I can taste the seasoning, the butter, the balsamic vinegar. And the great part about it is it cost me half the price.
And every time we come here, we must get the whiskey mashed potatoes.
They're creamy. You can taste just a hint of the whiskey in the potatoes.
I can't imagine a better night out.
If I don't have another steak for 10 years and I decide I think I'll have another steak, we're coming back here. It's a deal.
Absolutely, it's one of the best steaks I've ever had.
The Herbs and Rye stands for the fabulous food, and rye represents over a century's worth of whiskey cocktails that are served up at special prices during happy hour. Like this one named after a classic Valentino movie, Blood and Sand.
The drink menu here is fantastic. There's drinks from the early 1900s, drinks I've never seen anywhere else.
To have great food and to have great cocktails and have that come together is just a beautiful experience.
This pre-Prohibition era palliative starts off with a chilled cocktail glass that Mendoza fills with scotch, vermouth, cherry liqueur, and orange juice.
Which will really vibrate it and make it all come together beautifully.
The cocktail gets a serious shake, then no expense is spared on the showmanship as Mendoza masterfully singes an orange peel.
We're gonna get those essential oils out of the peel, but we're gonna char them over the top. So it's just gonna slowly cascade itself over and really just put the finishing touches on this cocktail. And here we have the amazing Blood and Sand cocktail. Save on the food and splurge on the cocktails.
The drink is fantastic. It's my favorite drink on the menu.
The first thing to hit you is sweet. It finishes bitter, because, I mean, there's obviously some appeal in here, but it's not overbearing. It goes perfectly with the food.
Can you believe how much this bill would have been if it wasn't happy hour?
You can afford to take me here again this week.
Maybe if you're lucky.
For the best high-end happy hour off the Vegas Strip, Herbs and Rye is better by half.
If you balling on a budget, Herbs and Rye is the place to be.
The views are priceless around Santa Fe, New Mexico. And the great food is priced less at the pantry. Widely known as Santa Fe's meeting place.
The pantry always just makes it feel like home because every time you come in, they always give you these amazing portions and it's like your mom feeding you.
Most plates are enough for 2 meals, but it doesn't break your bank account.
The pantry has been a home away from home hotspot for 3 generations of Santa Feans.
When you come into the pantry, we're gonna serve you one dish, but we want you to come back for thousands more. We strive to give our customers a bang for their buck. It's a great value. We have great food. It's part of our secret sauce, if you will. We're a Santa Fe tradition since 1948.
We've been coming here for over 45 years. 11 o'clock on the dot, we're here at the pantry.
The food may be inexpensive, but it's definitely rich. In particular, their stuffed French toast. According to Chef Cesar Becerra, this one's for folks with a sweet tooth.
If you want dessert for breakfast, this is the way to go.
He starts with a slice of the most famous export from Texas, their toast. Then things get creamy with a thick slice of cream cheese, followed by a luscious mix of blueberries and strawberries.
Nice and sweet.
He sandwiches that stuffing in more Texas toast and carefully dips the whole thing in a decadently delicious batter made from heavy cream, eggs, and cinnamon. Before it hits the grill, it gets a crunchy crust of corn cereal.
You can smell, like the cinnamon.
After a few sweet-smelling minutes, he cuts it for a spot check.
You can see the cream cheese and the blueberries getting hot.
Cesar piles more of the warm strawberry blueberry compote on top. And of course, it's not French toast without a shake of powdered sugar.
This is the stuffed French toast from a pantry restaurant.
This looks amazing.
Oh my God. It's really soft and fluffy.
This is the perfect breakfast for me because it's everything that I love. Strawberries and French toast. So it's the best of both worlds.
The cream cheese filling, it's incredible. You take a bite and it just melts in your mouth. Yummy, yummy.
We are in the land of enchantment and I am
enchanted by this French toast. It is awesome.
You can't beat this dollar for dollar. I love the pantry.
Even on the tightest breakfast budget, you can still fill up the whole family.
I need great value with this guy. He's just eating all of our food.
Gorging yourself without getting gouged makes the food experience that much sweeter. It's like cheat day for your wallet.
It's fry time.
Lobster luxury intensified.
Absolutely delicious.
A tower of meaty, juicy, crunchy.
The biggest chicken sandwich we've ever ordered.
Street tacos get the po' boy treatment.
This right here is a rich boy.
Anything fried, amazing.
Even soup.
It's wicked awesome. It's New England's best.
Let's fry it.
It's really crunchy on the outside, really gooey on the inside.
Fried goodness.
Just a crispy kiss.
Your taste buds better get ready to party.
That chicken and waffle.
You gotta eat the good stuff.
Fried on top of fried on top of fried.
Does it get any better than that?
Nope, it doesn't.
T.G.I. Fried.
So that'll be good.
In an invigorated downtown Los Angeles, aka DTLA, the frying hot restaurant scene is dishing out a new vibe diners can really sink their teeth into.
This has given you a taste of what downtown is becoming.
We try to create enough of a twist, but it's not such a departure from a burger or a fried chicken sandwich.
Plan Check's tribute to all things delicious is showing customers the fry way to heaven.
There's not a lot of places that make this kind of food in downtown, so it's definitely a treat.
Treat yourself to a sky-high sandwich with Plan Check's Southern Fry.
The people go really nuts about our Southern Fry. It's a comfort food, but with our own Plan Check twist. The really important part of our chicken sandwich is our brine. If you have that good brine, you're gonna have that good fried chicken.
The path to authentic Southern fried flavor passes right through Lake Buttermilk, which Carlos spikes with chipotle powder and liquid smoke. It's ready to go by the count of 3. Ours, that is.
Southern fried chicken, but this is how we make it in Southern California. We shake it.
After the shakedown,
it's fry time.
Carlos sinks the foul shot. When the poultry is perfect, he ups the spice ante on regular old pimento cheese spread. Softened cream cheese gets bedeviled with
jalapenos and poblanos together. Not blackened, but roasted.
More cheese, more green, and
we're gonna do cayenne pepper to give a little extra punch. And last, it's gonna be the Worcestershire sauce. How about you taste some of this?
Just spread it thick on that fluffy panko crunch bun. Perfect. Then Carlos fries some ham. Not your ordinary ham, duck ham.
Duck breast cured in salt and sugar. And once it's been cured, they smoke it with applewood smoked chips.
Then he gets building. Spicy pickles, chicken, more chicken, then duck, and cover.
Classic fried chicken sandwich with a Plan Check twist.
It's huge.
How do you take a full bite of this?
I don't know. That duck is a little bit fattier and also has a distinct flavor to it.
It's because it's still fried, but it's juicy in the inside, you know?
It's like a comfort food. Spicy because of the peppers. The chicken is very tender and the breading is super crunchy, which is a nice mix of different textures.
This is like the biggest chicken sandwich we've ever ordered.
For dessert, why scream for ice cream when you can go nuts for cruller donuts?
You can either eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, you choose a time.
Carlos lays out his hot dough for a cool down. After an hour, extra eggs get it extra fluffy.
And you can tell it starts to thicken. Actually helps the batter grow.
With the fried piper leading the way, this cruller comes around. Then he's frying high.
Now that our donuts are nice, warm, and a little greasy, you want to dump it inside the donut sugar we have. You want it to get nice and brown on that cinnamon mix of sugar.
In a skillet full of pastry cream, Carlos stacks warm, fluffy donuts, whipped cream, and fresh fruit.
Our cruller donut, one of life's perfect pleasures.
I'm afraid.
Get it?
Oh, wow. That's really good. I don't know if I want to share.
totally worth me waiting, possibly being late for work for.
I never saw a donut sundae before. It's light. I think that the fact that it's a cruller donut makes it better because it's not so heavy.
Oh my God.
I'm definitely going to take this to my boss. I think I'm gonna get a promotion.
Yeah, I could eat this for breakfast.
Sure.
It has fruit in it. Ish stuff.
Guys, I gotta go.
I know, but you're not leaving it.
Bye. I'm going.
For TGI Fried in DTLA, make plans to check out Plan Check, but clear your schedule. You won't want to leave. In the West Loop of Chicago, you'll find a hoppin' hotspot that's turning Chi-Town into Fry-Town.
Nothing beats Mad Social for their good fried food.
Started by the daughter of local restaurant legend Phil Stefani, Mad Social takes its name from their Madison Street location. Of course, there might be another meaning too.
We're all a little mad, let's just be honest,
bit crazy.
right? We're a little crazy.
Craziness gets amplified in Mad Social's purified, triple fried chicken and waffles.
A different approach on a normal, just plain waffle with a chicken on top of it. We are trying to make the best chicken and waffles as possible.
It starts with a normal waffle.
Then we're gonna make it mad.
Alex in Wonderland mixes up the mad batter.
Butter makes it nice and golden brown, and the buttermilk is nice and fluffy.
Then into the iron, and presto.
Everything is intact, no holes, no little missing spaces. This is a perfect waffle.
But what lies beyond perfection?
We're about to take this waffle to the next level.
You can say deep frying a waffle is crazy awesome, but you can't say they didn't warn you they were mad. Alex crisps it in the oven, then coats it all over in cinnamon sugar.
Breakfast meets dessert in one tasty churro fried waffle.
Churro fried success, but Alex is just getting warmed up.
Why not just throw a pork belly on there and make it like a breakfast for dinner?
3 meals in one, and they all get the mad love.
The thing that elevates our chicken and waffles is definitely our pork belly.
To prep the pork, Alex goes mad with powder.
Putting the salt and pepper down first really breaks it down so the seasonings can get in. Chili powder and the garlic powder give it some good flavor. The cumin gives that Latin flair for the churro waffle.
While the fatty pork gets cooked for hours, the funky chicken gets down in no time flat.
Let's get hammered.
A double coating fries it crisp and juicy, and the flat shape fries it quick and even.
Everyone loves fried chicken. If you make good fried chicken, you make good friends. Now that's mad as hell.
After the pork belly is panned out, Alex fries that too. And there's no waffling about what to do next.
Chili powder around the rim. Little flavor, most of the presentation. Waffle down, then the chicken, then the deep fried pork belly. That's that triple fried goodness.
Syrup on one side, homemade hot sauce on the other. And then it's pretty pleased with sugar on top.
Mad social, mad delicious.
Get it, girl. Open up your mouth. It's looking like everything is fried. Literally everything. The waffle, the chicken, and the pork belly. So that'll be good.
3 layers of fried goodness.
God, it is a churro waffle. This is a waffle that is fully churroed.
Pork belly adds that extra savory flavor.
It's like a chicken cutlet. Yeah, yep, hammered a little bit. The chicken does like to get hammered, and it's good for portioning.
More crunchy. Everything has got a nice, like, crunch to it.
Do that chicken and waffles.
With all that fried goodness, things can get a little loopy in the West Loop. But Mad Social doesn't shy away from the fry way.
Chef definitely gets fun with frying up different dishes and just putting a little twist on things.
Flavor is flavor, and if fry gives us that flavor, we're gonna roll with it.
The flavors are frying high with the Mad Poutine. That versatile bed of craveable crispy French fries that upgrades any topping you can think of, even veggies.
One of our hits is our Brussels sprout on the menu. It just works really well with poutine and makes it different than most poutines.
The Mad Social Brussels make a colorful, crunchy kimchi with carrots, red cabbage, and green onions.
We help it with soy, vinaigrette, and vinegar to break it down overnight. Usually kimchi takes a while, but this is our version of it.
Freshly fried fries are seasoned for the base. Alex layers the flavors with the mad Brussels, kimchi, more fries, more meat, a fried egg, and finally tons of cheese for a top-to-bottom fry phenomenon.
This mad poutine is far from routine.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
Bust up the egg.
A lot of cheese. Not mad about it. Oh, man, social. Perfect.
This is a Chicagoan's take on poutine, and it looks fantastic.
I'm Canadian. Canadians should be considered experts in poutine. This is very fancy compared to what you would normally see. Fried egg is definitely an added feature. Super important is fresh cut fries. I mean, that's like a standard poutine ingredient.
I consider myself a Brussels sprout connoisseur, and they're delicious. I like it. That's a good touch. I haven't had that in poutine before.
It's the perfect combination of fried goodness. It's healthy. It has Brussels sprouts in it.
With their fun takes on pub food faves, Mad Social has got the mad skills to keep Chicago satisfied. From the banks of Lake Pontchartrain to the French Quarter, New Orleans is alive with the pop and crunch of fried food.
Fried catfish, fried crawfish, fried oysters, fried shrimp.
Fried on top of fried on top of fried.
New Orleans is definitely the city of decadence. When it comes to fried food, we definitely know what we're doing.
Making all your deep-fried dreams come true is the main mission of Sobu, which stands for South of Bourbon, and their executive chef, Juan Carlos Gonzalez.
Sobu is all about Louisiana-inspired street food. Street food to me is festival food, finger food, things you can pick up with your hands. You cannot come to New Orleans and not have fried food.
Which is why Juan Carlos recommends you try Sobu's spin on a classic oyster po' boy, crispy oyster tacos. Born and raised in Puerto Rico, Juan Carlos came stateside when he was 11.
Cooking is definitely my passion, man. Out of my 3 siblings, I was always the one in the kitchen, kind of helping out Mom. Mom, you rock. Thank you so much.
JC injects some Caribbean flair into Sobu's Creole cuisine, starting with a pineapple ceviche.
Being from Puerto Rico, we make all kinds of different ceviche. In this case, we're gonna make it out of pineapple.
Sweet pineapple is joined by sharp green onions, spicy peppers, and tangy citrus.
Get some lime in your life, baby. One of my favorite ingredients in this pineapple ceviche is actually cane vinegar made out of sugarcane. Our secret ingredient to top this whole thing off is actually the local hot sauce. It's amazing. Love cooking with it.
The acids in there work their magic over the course of an hour until it's a total flavor freak scene.
Can't have an oyster taco without nice, beautiful New Orleans oysters. They're right out of the coast of Louisiana, all right? So what makes these oysters amazing is the breading, all right? That's the secret to good fried oysters.
The breading is just 3 ingredients: masa flour, corn flour, and Creole seasonings.
We're just gonna lightly bread them, okay? You don't wanna over bread them, right? Just a crispy kiss.
With oysters crispified, Juan Carlos spreads some sweet corn aioli onto a flour tortilla and plops it on the grill face down.
This right here, this is Louisiana Cajun caviar. We call it bowfin caviar, which is nice and salty by its nature, right? We're gonna fold that into our corn aioli, and with the sweet and hot from the pineapple ceviche, the saltiness from the caviar, and the sweet from the corn, it just works, man. Can't go wrong with that. Serving up fried fun, Sobu's crispy oyster taco.
Speechless. I dance when I eat good food. Can I dance?
That's heaven. Fried goodness, heaven, right there, on a plate.
This is literally the fanciest taco I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm tasting Mardi Gras and Jazz Fest wrapped in a taco right here. It's got the flavor, it's got the music. My mouth is singing. It's so good.
The pineapple is amazing. And it's crispy, but not too crispy. Every single bite is amazing, every single time.
I've had the standard Louisiana po' boy before, but this right here is a rich boy. I mean, you've got caviar, pineapple, fancy mayonnaise. I mean, dude, what more could a guy ask for?
In the sweet column of can't miss New Orleans fried food, the top of everyone's list should be Sobu's sweet potato beignets.
I love donuts. Basically, beignets are Creole donuts. Here at the restaurant, we make it savory.
What takes these already decadent treats to heavenly new heights is Chef's foie gras fondue.
Most fondues, you finish it with some sort of cheese, maybe a little bit of butter. Ours is special because we're gonna use duck liver.
He adds whole thyme to some garlic and shallots, then deglazes with a little brandy and a lot of heavy cream.
All that duck fat is gonna kind of render into our sauce. It's gonna add that richness, flavor that we love about duck liver. Duck butter, baby!
The beignets begin with flour and diced sweet potatoes.
That's where our sweetness comes from, right?
Onions and whole milk round it all out. Using an ice cream scoop, he drops those straight into the flavor maker. Then powders those sizzling orbs with sugar and lays them out on a bed of the foie gras fondue.
We're gonna drizzle a little bit more of the fondue right on top. This right here is what we call our coffee ganache. Basically, coffee syrup.
Not to be outdone, he's even deep-fried some arugula for a crispy, peppery garnish.
Sobu beignets will have been saying, beignets!
Oh my gosh!
It's like fried dough on another level.
It's like confetti inside this beignet. You've got the orange, you got the green. This is just a little taste of goodness right here.
This sauce has like kind of like a gamey, like North Louisiana feel to it. Like I'm in love with it.
Who knew you could fry arugula? And guess what? It's good. Anything fried, amazing.
Before I was like beignet, now I'm like yeah, baby.
With all manner of fried delights, there's a lot to love at New Orleans' Sobu.
I am totally in love with these. I'm going to propose to this taco right here. I'm marrying this taco.
They've always danced to their own food drummer in Detroit. With their crispy square pizzas and souped-up chili dogs. And now, they're redefining fried food downtown at Grey Ghost.
This is the best fried food in Detroit because of the ingenuity and quality of ingredients that they're using.
Nothing here is basic. It's always layered. It's always great flavors. It's unexpected.
The menu is unique, and the menu changes from time to time, but their creativity makes it a #1 spot.
Chef and owner John Vermiglio is a Motor City native who's bringing his personal sense of humor to the downtown food scene.
None of us are too serious as individuals, and we wanted that to transfer into the dining experience. So taking dishes that, are traditional and reimagining them for people to the point where they can be completely mesmerized by what it is and blown away by the new flavors.
Case in point, Grey Ghost's bumper-to-bumper remodel of a 1950s classic, fried bologna.
I ate a lot of bologna when I was growing up. It was Wonder Bread, bologna, and mayonnaise, and that's it. So Grey Ghost, it sort of transformed into this crazy concoction, unknown where it sort of came from, somewhere in this crazy head of mine, and we've transferred it onto the plate.
John begins the transformation by trading white bread for a golden brown waffle.
I make a well in the flour so that I can add the eggs into the center with the buttermilk.
He also changes up the batter from sweet to savory by adding cheddar and potatoes. Why potatoes?
The starch content in here will hold the cheese together. It really helps to get that nice crunch to it.
John's also got a reason for adding plenty of butter.
This is gonna help it so it doesn't stick in our waffle maker. And of course, butter makes everything a little bit better, so why not? So you see all this fat in here? This is like the waffles talking to me, telling me it's done. Look at this beauty. Golden brown.
If bologna sounds like something you gladly left behind in childhood, then you've never had it fried.
This was the step I was missing all my childhood here. We make this bologna in-house here at the Grey Ghost. See all this fat bubbling out? That's a dreamboat right there. These are like little packets of love and flavor. This is what brings you that nice, like, crunchy saltiness. Let's go ahead and taste and see if it gets any better than this. Nope.
Crunchy cheddar waffle, meaty fried bologna. All this dish needs is a creamy touch to take it over the edge.
The next step is our cream cheese fondue, a reduction of fresh cream, onion, garlic, and then good old-fashioned cream cheese.
With his latest model assembled, John takes it in for some detailing.
This is our jalapeno jam. So it's jalapenos that we chop up, white wine vinegar, sugar, and we just cook it all together.
The jam is joined by pickled jalapenos and a dusting of dry jalapenos, and it's ready for the showroom.
My bologna has a first name, and it's fried.
Oh, I just want to dive right into this. Oh, wow.
The crispness of the bologna, creaminess of the sauce, and there's just a little bit of a kick with the jalapeno, and that's my favorite part because I like it spicy.
The jalapenos and the cream cheese together, and then the waffle just takes it to another level. This is the type of bologna I can eat.
This is actually food genius.
Anytime you put a waffle, meat, and cream cheese fondue on top of it, I think it's kind of killing it. I'm like, oh, I want that bologna.
For your deep-fried dessert, a Carnival favorite gets all gussied up for its big night out, the churro.
I could probably eat at least a dozen churros easily. Would I feel good about myself after? 100%. I absolutely would.
John pipes churro batter into shapes from a Rorschach test, freezes them for 24 hours, then gives them the fryolator thaw. Like most churros, this one gets a coating of cinnamon and sugar.
So once we've got a nice dredge on there, it goes right onto our plate.
Then it gets the Grey Ghost upgrade, marshmallow cream and Mexican chocolate sorbet.
Mexican chocolate is basically just a chocolate infused with chili. Gives it a little bit of that heat that you don't find too often in dessert.
A little Mexican-style caramel sauce, a sprinkling of chocolate-covered rice pearls, and fresh grated cinnamon launch this dessert into outer space.
This is our churro. I think I've fried and gone to heaven.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Oh my God, that is just absolutely amazing. The sweet of the brown sugar on the churro, the chocolate ice cream is just spectacular.
I'm generally a big fan of spicy foods, so being able to incorporate spice into a dessert, you've won me over.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think?
That's absolutely delicious.
Isn't it amazing?
The Mexican sorbet, when you first eat it, you don't really get the spice, but then as you swallow, the spice comes up afterwards. It's amazing. You just want to keep eating and eating and eating.
No reason not to, when the fantastical fried creations at Grey Ghost are clearly mother approved.
There is nothing better than fried dough. Bottom line. End of story.
Very true.
Summertime in Cape Cod is busy. Fish places are jumping, and everyone's favorite is fried, especially the crispy creations at Skipper Chowder House.
I just love this place. Food is absolutely to die for here.
It's wicked awesome. It's New England's best.
You can go other places and have fried food, but when you taste fresh food, you absolutely do know the difference.
Almost feels as if they're taking it from the boat, bringing it to the kitchen, and then within 10 minutes, it's in front of me. It's pure paradise.
Fried seafood is one of those things that's just synonymous with being on vacation. When people come to Cape Cod, yes, they want fried seafood, but most of all, they want fresh seafood.
Owner and Irish transplant Alan Delaney and his family have been keeping things fresh at this Cape Cod institution since he bought the place way back in the 20th century.
This restaurant has been here since 1936. We have a 2-hour wait here at the restaurant every day.
Those Cape Codders are lining up to try the Skipper's outrageous take on the cream of New England seafood, deep-fried clam chowder. Wait, what?
When the Skipper first introduced this, no one had ever seen this or heard of this before. I tried it, I was sold instantly.
We became quite famous for winning the Boston, the Cape Cod, and the Newport Chowder Festivals.
So just how did you come up with the idea to transform your award-winning chowder into a deep-fried fantasy?
I was watching Food Paradise. They were doing a show, you know, fried items at fairs. Maybe we should try frying chowder.
Sounds delicious, but let's get real. It cannot be simple to fry soup.
Deep frying soup has a lot of challenges. We've met those challenges and exceeded them. Now we're going to add our butter, pork fat. What the pork fat will do, add all that flavor that you get from bacon. It's a great flavor enhancer for chowder.
That buttery bacon flavor is enhanced even more by onions and celery. After a few minutes of sweating,
we're looking good right now. We're going to add in our water.
Alan follows with a concentrated clam base, an assortment of New England spices, and some diced potatoes. Now let's bust open some bivalves.
We believe the Great American Surf Clam is the premium clam for chowder. They're harvested up and down the East Coast.
Alan thickens it up with a hearty roux. And here's where soup gets nuts. After 24 hours in the fridge, the solidified clam chowder is formed into patties that can be fried.
You have to get the consistency right, because when you put it in the fryer later, you can't have a breakup. We had many errors. But if you don't succeed, you have to fry again.
Oh no, you did it. Oh yes, he did.
Now we're ready to plate.
A side of hot sauce and a fancy cut lemon are your tickets to chowder reinvented. Soup's on.
The one and only deep-fried chowder, only at the Skipper Chowder House.
The most amazing part is that you're eating a clam chowder without a spoon. Flavors of the clam chowder just come together so well in this cake.
It's like nothing you've ever had in your life. The breading, it's absolutely heaven on earth. And the inside is just so moist, full of clams. It's mouth-watering, and you just eat it all day long.
Totally different than regular clam chowder. I'm sold. This is great. This is fantastic.
The hot sauce just tips off the chowder, and you're just tasting the clam and the juices. There's a little heat afterwards. It's very good. People are gonna try to copy it, but it'll never be the Skipper fried clam chowder.
There sure are a lot of fish in the sea. Why not fry them all? And try them all with the Skipper's Fisherman's Platter.
This to me is heaven, and it's the quintessential Cape Cod.
Hefty pieces of haddock post up in some buttermilk.
We choose haddock because we find it's a little firmer and the meatier taste we like a lot more.
A dusting of extra fine breading, and it's off to the fryer. Alan gives the same treatment to a pair of jumbo shrimp, fresh shucked clams, and a trio of dayboat scallops ferried in from nearby Chatham.
The Chatham fishermen go out in the morning, come back in the evening, and that night they're being served in our restaurant.
Alan lays down a bed of French fries, and the seafood mentally settles in, along with the tartar sauce and some house-made coleslaw. It's a vast ye platter.
The Fisherman's Platter. This is no small fry.
I always go for the scallop first. Moist, local, love it.
I just love clams. These are just so moist. Look at them. You can just see that they're just getting ready to burst.
They don't skimp on the shrimp. It's amazing. I don't think you can get any fresher than this. This is Cape Cod, summed up in one bite. That is wonderful.
The list of great restaurants on the Vegas Strip is seemingly endless. But for a taste of the real deal Holyfield Vegas food action, you gotta head downtown.
Old school Vegas, baby.
This is where it all started. If you really look back at the day, every one of the restaurants had a steak and lobster special that you came to Las Vegas for.
The top of Binion Steakhouse is Fry above it all, serving up great fried dishes where the views are as high as the steaks.
You see the view of the whole city, and it's something we're very proud of that nobody else has downtown.
It's romantic, it's authentic Vegas, and it's amazing food.
Everybody's a high roller when we come up here.
To be a fry roller, order the legendary, luscious, look-changing chicken fried lobster.
In Vegas, the only thing better than lobster is fried lobster.
The only thing better than a great cook is one with a sweet backstory.
My grandmother taught me. She was a Pennsylvania Dutch woman. When I was like 6 or 7, she taught me how to make bread, and I've never left kitchens.
What's the best thing frying in this kitchen?
Lobster. The lobster is fresh from the sea and caught live and transported live. And that's why it's a high roller dish.
Anywhere else, lobster itself is decadent enough, but at Binion's, that's the opening bid. Andrew flattens the tail meat and ups the ante.
I use the Dijon mustard because it's similar to cordon bleu chicken breast.
Mustard also plays nicely with these next ingredients.
I put the spinach in there for color, and I put the cheese in there for decadence. I'm gonna roll it up like sushi, and add it to the prosciutto and roll it nice and tight. prosciutto encases it in a salty, crisp pork decadence.
That means the crispy coating shuffle. Egg, flour, egg, breadcrumbs.
And into the hot oil.
Now, give us your sexiest sauce.
And that will be a Chiron sauce, which is similar to a hollandaise, but it has a tomato element, which adds the depth and creates a beautiful color.
That's what I'm talking about. Andrew reduces white wine with shallots and herbs. Then he works the yolked eggs till they're whipped.
Now it's light and fluffy, and we are ready.
Ready for lots of butter, a little lemon juice, and a kick of cayenne. The sun-dried tomato puree is what makes it my Sharona.
It's got a pop.
That truly is some hot-looking lobster. We just hit the flavor jackpot.
And there you have it, Binion's chicken fried lobster, served at the top of Las Vegas.
Is it good?
It's really good. It is so tender, creamy, absolutely delicious.
The amazing sauce, the prosciutto, it's almost indescribable. It's so good.
This is addictive.
I'm all lit up right now. I'm just like, yay! Like, my mouth is dancing. It's like a happy dance when you're eating.
Lobster, only better. Where else but Vegas? It's like we fried and gone to heaven.
Vegas, baby. Old school.
Texas two-stepping our way down to Austin is a good reminder that Texas is famous for two things: great barbecue and fried, well, everything.
You get fried butter.
You can fry anything in Texas. Life's too short just to eat healthy stuff. You gotta eat the good stuff.
Here, the good stuff can be found in a former service station named Threadgill's that went from motor oil to vegetable oil in 1981.
Fried's good everywhere. Ours is kind of the iron skillet version of fried.
The food is fantastic. The music, the atmosphere is great, and it's like the heart of Austin to me.
This is historical Austin in one spot.
The music keeps this place rocking, but the thing that draws the locals in is their southern specialty, chicken fried steak.
This particular recipe right here originated from Mississippi. This is Eddie's mom's recipe, and throughout the years, we've added little ingredients here and there to give it the zazz.
As any Texan will tell you, the key to a great chicken fried steak is the gravy.
Gravy's important to have. That's what's gonna balance out your chicken fried steak. It's not Threadgill gravy without butter. Butter is gonna give it so much more flavor.
Chef Jacob adds the classic chicken base, then goes rogue with beef. Flour gives it a little character.
Chicken base is common in most gravies, but the beef base gives it a little twist. Nice, perfect caramel toasted color to it.
Then Worcestershire, hot sauce, and a double dose of pepper. All countrified gravies use fat for flavor, but Threadgill's good taste is bone deep.
This is bone marrow. Bone marrow has a very high content in fat. When it's melted out through the recipe there, it gives it 10 times more the flavor of actual roasted bones.
Milk makes it creamy, and the pan makes it southern.
The traditional southern way is using the cast iron skillet. There you have it, the famous gravy for our chicken fried steak.
Too often with this dish, gravy is used to hide a substandard cut of meat. Not here.
The chicken fried steak is always rocking at Threadgill's. This is actually a pectoral cut, which is a little bit more tenderized than your sirloin and your brisket cuts here.
The coating combines poultry seasoning and flour.
If we do not add our chicken seasoning, it's not our famous chicken fried steak. It's very important that it gets down in there, gives it that little texture. Nobody wants a soggy chicken fried steak. One time in the flour, one time in our egg wash.
Then do it all again before the fry down.
Beautiful. The texture, the flour, the nice caramelized color to it.
There's our crispy steak. Bring on the gravy train.
Threadgill's chicken fried steak. Fried goodness never tasted so good.
That's the way to do it. Cast iron skillet and chicken fried steak. Can't beat it.
The meat is tender, breading is heavy, and lots of gravy.
Like I should go hug my grandmother. Like, she's right in there cooking, and I just thought I'd go give her a little hug and tell her thank you for hooking me up.
For fried food with a healthy side of old school Austin, head to Threadgill's.
I don't think we're gonna have any left over to take home, that's for sure.
We love New York. And we see you, Staten Island. There's 4 bridges and a famous ferry that all leads to a festival of fried foods.
We're from Brooklyn and we came all the way here for just this. And it's the best of everything.
That's big ups from another borough, but husband and wife restaurateurs Otto and Maria Zizak had a bit of a longer journey to make it here.
Maria and I met in 2nd grade of elementary school in what was then Czechoslovakia.
Their devotion crossed an ocean, and a love of fantastic fried food keeps things cooking at their delicious destination, Corso Club. But you can't hold a candle to their award-winning Best in New York deep fried burger.
The fried burger, that's the most demanding and artful thing on our menu. We really wanted to make our burger a special one. So the deep fried Corso burger is that.
One day we wrapped the patty and deep fried it, and it worked out beautifully.
Maria reaches back for a dough from the old neighborhood.
Langosh is a typical Hungarian and Slovak street food.
We're getting hungry already. Besides the usual ingredients, what makes this dough different?
Sour cream, it helps the dough to grow more, and it's more fluffy and more airy.
While that gets a rise, Maria pounds out a patty made of chuck, brisket, and short rib.
My hands are probably the most used kitchen utensil. You see, I do it by eye. I know how big it's supposed to be.
That gets grilled, and the dough gets filled by a familiar cheese with a fancy name.
Emmentaler cheese is basically same kind of a cheese as Swiss cheese. It's the cheese with the holes. We're gonna put the nice patty here.
Our burger gets topped with bacon, pickles, and that's not ketchup, but Maria's own sweet and tangy beet juice mustard. Now, all of this works only if it gets sealed in tight.
That's a wrap.
Into the fryer it goes.
We want to have it golden brown, crispy.
But don't judge a deep-fried burger by its cover.
All right, we're gonna cut it open.
That's a Staten Island standout.
Corso Club's deep fried burger. Everybody falls in deep fried love at Corso Club.
I don't think I can have a regular burger after eating this. This puts all other burgers to shame. I want every burger fried from now on. I could just like take this to go and walk outside and eat it on the go.
The meat is super smoky, super amazing, very flavorful.
It's like a symphony of different flavors, all in my mouth, and I like every note. It's perfect. I need a little privacy. Clear the room.
Now it's Otto's turn in the kitchen, and the oil continues to boil for his buttermilk-crusted, high-altitude, fried Edam cheese.
We like to think that when the cheese hits the fryer, it's a perfect match. Kind of like me and Maria.
Checkmates. Where does this high-altitude dairy delight come from?
The High Tatra Mountains in Slovakia on the Polish border. It's a low-moisture cheese. The texture is just right. It's a beautiful thing.
And the method to this madness?
The magic, if you will, is making sure that the cheese is beautifully enveloped thoroughly so it does not explode in the fryer, which has happened to me once or twice.
Safety first. Otto takes a slice and double dips it in flour, egg wash, and rye breadcrumbs. Then the cheese gets chilled for a few hours.
If it's room temperature, we find the crust is not as crispy as it should be, and then the Czechs and Slovaks who visit will tell us about it.
But Otto makes cheese that brings people together while it pulls apart. What else makes this appetizer so happening?
Shoestring skin-on fries, just a couple of slices of these roasted beets. They are juicy and crisp and sweet.
A side of tartar sauce rounds it out, then that golden brown beauty comes in for a landing.
Nice and crispy, fried and ready.
And another amazing structure is added to the New York fry line.
Corso's buttermilk crusted high altitude fried Edam cheese. Elevated to whole new heights.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I love cheese so much.
That creaminess, that outside crust.
It really is better with the meat and the sauce together. It changes the game.
It's really crunchy on the outside, but really gooey on the inside.
I would want to wake up with this every day, because this is just blowing my mind.
Watch out, mozzarella sticks. Edam's coming for you.
Around here, they don't care what the calendar says. At Corso Club, every day is Friday.
What's so great about Staten Island? That would be this place.
With heart-stopping deep-fried flavor, as with all of life's great pleasures, moderation is the key. That way, we can live to fry another day. Get your motor running and hang on tight, because we're going coastal.
You can't get a shrimp taste like this anywhere else in the world, and that's a fact.
From boardwalk bites
Cotton candy overload.
and food with a view
Can't go wrong with the burger and the beach.
to seafood so fresh it practically swims onto your plate.
It literally looks like they caught it, like, today.
We're taking it to the edges of the country to show you how to get the most from the coasts. Whether you cruise in on a luxury liner or down the causeway in an automobile, by the time you get to family-friendly Galveston, Texas, you'll probably be hankering for a bite to eat. Take a trip to the trippiest joint in Galveston, the Gypsy Joint.
Here's your barbecue brisket biscuit.
And say hello to the family that runs it.
There's my mom, Lori. She's the boss. My dad, Keith, he's her assistant.
Add to that 5 kids, a wife or 2, and a handful of grandkids. And you've got a full house.
We treat you as if you're just in our dining room.
I know their names, they know our names. It is like family here.
And wait till you get a load of the food.
It's like a cartoon when you get hit over the head and the birds float around in a circle. Well, that's food to me. So I take colors, flavors, textures, everything's got to be in there.
Case in point, the barbecue biscuit brisket. Try saying that 3 times fast.
This is the barbecue biscuit brisket.
Our barbecue biscuit, brisket, biscuit, brisket, biscuit.
Barbecue brisket, biscuit, biscuit. I can't even say that.
Barbecue brisket biscuit. That's a mouthful.
Literally. A golden brown biscuit piled high with everything but the kitchen sink.
People in Texas love biscuits. And the bigger the biscuits, the better.
These biscuits are made with a flour mixture. We add some butter and we blend it up really well to make the dough.
Daughter Mary cooks alongside Mom at Gypsy Joint just like the old days.
She would constantly have biscuits going. We would all gather around. We'd get our hands in the dough. It was the most fun.
I used to say it was like surround sound when the kids were all around because they were coming from all directions. It was a mess.
And even messier than this. We'll cut them out and put them in the oven.
From the biscuits to the brisket, everything has a personal touch.
We have a big Texas brisket that we've put our spices on it. We've got our own blend that we make. It's salt, pepper, brown sugar, and that's all I'm going to tell you. There's all kinds of other stuff.
What's a guy got to do to get in on this?
Marrying the family.
The brisket cooks on a hot char grill while a homemade smoker infuses flavor from underneath.
And so it's searing and smoking at the same time, just to seal in all the juices, give it a good flavor. It smells like Texas in here right now. How good does that brisket look?
Really good.
It's got the sear marks, it's got the crust starting to form on it.
A final steam and some Texas beer, and this baby is ready to rock and roll.
I'm gonna put some of the barbecue on there. This brisket's almost falling to pieces. It's so tender. Then I'm gonna put the barbecue sauce. And then you've got the queso, which we make here, and it's liquid gold. Everything's better with an egg on top. And then we put the avocado sauce, which is kind of like the guacamole. Tex-Mex meets barbecue, and you can't get any better than that.
The brisket is like real tender. I didn't even have to cut it with a knife. And then the egg is like a whole surprise. I was not expecting it to be on there at all.
The biscuit's real flaky. It's really fresh. You can tell it was just baked this morning.
I can't believe we're eating all this.
If you think that dish was decadent, wait till you get a load of the sleazy mac and cheese. It'll drive you wild.
It's just like heaven in your mouth.
It starts off with the kiddo classic, but then coasts into completely adult territory.
To me, this is every aphrodisiac I could come up with in one dish.
That's right. This dish is a real labor of love.
I've got some bacon, crawfish tails, fresh asparagus. I'm just sauteing this, getting it hot. Now I'm gonna add the fresh basil, because it's an aphrodisiac.
Of course.
Jalapenos, you always want a little spicy.
Ay, ay, ay.
And then a roasted red pepper spread.
Next, cheese meets sleaze. It's mixed and doled into tinfoil, topped with cheddar and breadcrumbs, and then into a hot oven it goes. When they come out, these naughty noodles are sinfully delicious.
It's creamy and it's rich, delicious.
It's always a mixture of tastes. You don't just get macaroni and cheese. That's what makes it good.
Tastes delicious. It really sticks to your stomach. I think I might need a nap after this one.
A ton of cheese, crawfish, asparagus, jalapenos, which gives it just that good kick. She just mixed a whole bunch of things together to make like an amazing aphrodisiac, and I think that like it's gonna do the trick.
Whatever your desire, with over 100 dishes, Gypsy Joints definitely got the one for you and your family.
Come and eat with us, bring your kids. We just have a good time, and we want you to also.
If you cruise down Georgia's Route 80 East, you'll wind up on the coast at Tybee Island, a casual beach town where land meets sea and turf meets surf.
The best smells in the world come from this place.
The aromas reel them in to Gerald's Pig and Shrimp, where owner Gerald serves, you guessed it, pig and shrimp.
The food is spectacular.
It's always perfect.
Always.
The first thing you'll notice is there's no walls. So when you're sitting here, you get to see the sky, you get to see the marsh.
And being this close to the marsh nets some big payoffs.
Tybee Island, Georgia is the place you want to be for the best shrimp in the world.
You can't get a shrimp taste like this anywhere else in the world, and that's a fact.
And what makes them so good is the marsh.
Just the water, it does something to the shrimp that makes them extremely sweet.
It just has that special river taste.
Sounds like your best bet is to order the Shrimp Heavy Low Country Boil.
We use fresh corn, fresh potatoes, locally made sausage, and wild Atlantic caught shrimp, only the finest.
With ingredients this good, it's best to keep it shrimple. A basic boil is all you need.
We're gonna do this in a frying pan so it'll do it up nice and quick. If it took too long, I'd get too bored and fall asleep. I'm gonna put a couple pieces of corn in there, some potatoes, and then our locally made sausage.
It cooks down quickly, then it's time to add the succulent swimmers.
Nice big handful, wild Atlantic caught shrimp, the best shrimp in the world.
When it's true, you can't say it enough.
We do the shrimp last because they take the least amount of time, about 90 seconds. This looks scrumptious. Here we have our little magic dust. It's a nice sprinkle, a little spicy, and it is very good. And then we top it off with some of our homemade cocktail sauce. And here you have a traditional low country boil with the best shrimp in the world. Mmm.
Wonderful. Delicious. Best shrimp on Tybee.
And my favorite, though, are the shrimp and sausage. Very good. And the potatoes are cooked just right. I mean, low country boil. Can't beat it.
For those angling for more turf than surf, there's no need to jump ship. Try tackling the big combo for two. With 3 kinds of meat and a heaping portion of fried shrimp, there's nothing little about this dish.
Here we've got some beautiful pork ribs, pork butts, and then brisket tips.
First up, ribs with Gerald's special blend.
We start off with balsamic vinegar. The balsamic has a little acidity to it, and it helps soften up the meat, and it gets the flavors in a little deeper. A lot of people in the South use apple cider vinegar. I like to use the balsamic because it's a little sweeter. We use garlic, basil, and sea salt. And as everybody knows, you can't have too much pepper on barbecue. These are happy ribs.
Then, the same seasoning goes on the pork butt and beef brisket. Because if the rub ain't broke, why fix it?
And again, you can't use too much garlic or too much pepper.
The brisket and butt have to cook overnight, but thankfully, Gerald's already got his smoke on.
We filled up the smoker last night with the Boston butts and the brisket. We cooked them 12 to 16 hours. And then the ribs I put on this morning at sunrise. Perfection. This is just gonna fall right off. Watch this, boys and girls. We're gonna take the meats off the grill, let them rest. I like to say they rejuicify.
Sounds like Tybee talk for delicious. But, we were promised more shrimp.
We don't batter them, we just flour them. Shake, shake, shake. Now they're ready to go in the fryer. In you go. These shrimp are gonna cook for 90 seconds, because otherwise you'll overcook them. We don't do that at Gerald's Pig and Shrimp. We respect the shrimp. 90 seconds to perfection.
These are the best fried shrimp on earth.
Perfectly breaded, so tender.
No, it's fresh.
The secret with shrimp is not overcooking it. And these are cooked just right. The best fried shrimp that I've ever had. Got ribs, brisket, so tender, it's like butter almost.
It is so tender and smoky.
I mean, look at this pork. I mean, look at it. It speaks for itself.
So whether you're craving seafood or swine, Gerald's will hook you up.
Hooray!
Biking the boardwalk at Mission Beach is the ultimate way to cruise the coast in San Diego, California. But if you want your views with some burgers and brews, break for a bit at Draft.
Can't go wrong with the burger and the beach.
If you're a beer connoisseur, this is the place to come because, wow, the beer is awesome.
Just a real cool venue, how it's open. Like, I'm checking the waves right now because I'm going to cut out for a surf after this, jump from the water to get a drink, to get food, go back, rinse and repeat.
So who's steering this seaside brews cruise? Executive Chef Jerry Ranson, and he keeps the menu beer-friendly.
Some people may not realize that San Diego is a big city for craft beers. So when coming up with the menu, I try to pair a lot of things with a lot of the craft beers we have.
Those craft beer pairings lead to creative takes on some bar food faves.
We take classic dishes like nachos, ribs, burgers, and we just elevate it. We take it to the next level.
And what's the best way to take a basic bar burger to the next level? Make it a bison burger, draft style. Jerry starts with 8 ounces of bison.
We're gonna season this up with salt. Oh, I love that sound.
And you get to hear it again when you flip the burger.
So while that's cooking on the other side, I'm gonna go ahead and heat up the poblano peppers, the onions, and we're gonna get those buns toasted.
More sizzles.
Add a little applewood bacon on there, get that nice and crispy. Next, we're gonna add an egg. You get that gooiness in there. Oh, you can't beat that.
While the egg does its thing, Jerry starts stacking.
First, we add the poblanos on there, add those crispy onions. We're gonna add that Munster cheese. The way that it melts, it brings so much to this burger. Check on those buns. They're ready to go. So I'm gonna put cumin mayo on the bottom of this, and I'm gonna top it with beer cheese.
Mmm. Beer cheese.
Beer cheese.
Sorry, those two words together really get me going. But what is it?
Beer cheese. We use cream cheese, smoked Gouda, and we use the IPA that I can't really tell you about, but there's a nice little touch to it. So it looks like this bison's about ready to go. I'm gonna add that crispy bacon right on top. Oh wow, look at that. Add that sunny side egg. Crispy onions. Top it with that bun. Add some fries on the side. There you have it. Bison burger, draft style. Unbelievable.
I never had bison before, so I wanted to try a new experience, and it was absolutely delicious. It's really rich, very juicy. It had delicious, creamy Munster cheese and some sort of a pepper on it that gave it a little bit of a spice. It was great. I would definitely have it again.
I love the cheese on it. I love the onions, the green peppers. It's cooked very well, too. Really liked it.
It's incredibly, flavorful, juicy. A little messy, but it's worth it.
And the best mess is yet to come. Take a look at Draft's share menu, grab a friend, and tear into the shredded beef nachos.
To make our shredded beef nachos, we start with a chuck Angus beef I cut in cubes, and by cube, I mean cube.
Jerry seasons the cubes with a special house blend, then tops it off with a beef jus.
Beef on beef, flavor on flavor. Just goodness on goodness is what we call it around here.
The goodness is multiplied in the oven, and when the beef comes out, Jerry shreds to his heart's content.
Oh yeah, you can just see all the juices coming from the fat that was in there and just everything. Oh man. So we're gonna start with a layer of chips. Then we're gonna put some white and yellow cheddar.
Are you sure that's not too much cheddar?
The more cheddar, the better, actually. There's shredded beef all through there. Every time you cut into those nachos, you're gonna have so much beef in there. Another layer of chips. So now we got about enough beef and enough cheese on there. This is the step before we put it right into the oven. And when this thing comes out, the gooey cheese all over with the meat pieces everywhere, it's like finding a little treasure under every little chip.
When the nachos are all melty, Jerry bedazzles them with some house-made refried beans, queso fresco, pickled jalapenos, and pico de gallo.
It's building up just nice. The colors, the flavors, everything, the cilantro, the jalapenos, everything is really going. Then you add that lime cream on there. Oh, you don't want to miss any on there. A little salsa crudo on there. And last but not least, you have to have guacamole if you're in San Diego. So when you get done diving into the ocean, come on in and dive into these nachos. You will not be disappointed.
I love the nachos, great portion, you can share. I'm not sharing, but they're so good.
I mean, it is on the share menu, but I got it for myself. I love the peppers. The cheese is just, it's real cheese. It's not from like a can or anything. So yeah, it's really good. And they just pack it with the beef.
That's really tender meat and then lots of good cheese and fresh avocado.
I mean, the beef was great, but the guacamole on top, that's what makes it.
The cheese was really spread out. No chips with no cheese. Every bite was good.
This is just what we needed as a family, just to relax and watch the water, watch the people, enjoy some good food, and each other.
You sit down, you open up those sliding doors, you have some nachos with a nice cold beer. You can't beat that. And by the way, all food is better by the water if you think about it.
You know, Jerry's right. So take his advice.
Come on, people, and cruise on by Draft.
After a scorching beach day, everyone agrees ice cream is the perfect way to cool off. But over on the Jersey Shore, you'll want to cruise past the other shops on the boardwalk and scoop up a Coney waffle.
Cups, cones, waffles, ice cream, shakes, root beer floats. I mean, when it comes to ice cream, we slay it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Joe Desposito Jr. and Lorene Zellick have mastered all things ice cream. But what are the fan favorites?
Me? You? All right, want to shoot for it?
You want me to do it?
Go ahead, go for it.
We're known for our wild and crazy shakes and our signature Coney waffle.
A Coney waffle is situated to be used like a hot dog bun.
That's Joe Desposito Sr., and he's been in the Coney waffle business a long time.
I made Coney waffles in the year 1946, and I worked with my mother at a young age of 11.
So are today's Coney waffles as good as yours were?
I don't think so. They got a ways to go for that because I made them for years.
Though Joe Sr. might still wear the Coney crown, Joe Jr. and Lorene have a few tricks up their sleeves. Beat the heat with their family-sized treat, the Tornado Big Show Shake. Every big show starts with that time-honored Coney waffle.
This is our Coney waffle batter. It has a secret ingredient, which is a blend of cinnamon and some other things that I just can't tell you. This machine was originally created by Joe's grandmother in 1946. Joe redesigned the machine. It's now what allows us to have this super unique shape.
With the waffle shaped up, Lorene takes her shake to space with the Galaxy Cone.
What makes it so special is these really bright, beautiful colors.
Those colors come with an extra fruity kick of raspberry and blueberry flavor.
And we're just going to mold it really quick, and that is going to go on our Tornado Big Show.
For the base of the shake, she uses 4 scoops of cotton candy ice cream, a little milk, and a deep blend. and we're ready to get blown away.
Hold on to your seats because the tornado's coming.
Decking out the big show is a balancing act, starting with a cotton candy ice cream-filled Coney waffle.
I'm going to skewer it down. I'm going to add a little bit of whipped cream. For flavor, skewer the second Coney waffle on. And then I'm going to add our Galaxy cone. Then I'm going to take an ice cream sandwich and place it.
Are you sure that's structurally sound?
Sometimes people are a little bit afraid to handle it, but you don't need to be afraid to handle it because we make it super strong.
After piling cotton candy 3 feet high, the shake gets an artist's touch.
These are the candy skewers that we make, and this is what transformed the shake from an ice cream milkshake into a piece of art.
Candy skewers, cookies, licorice, gummies. Art never tasted so good.
We're gonna put a ring on it. It's so beautiful, deserves it. And I'm gonna throw some extra bling on it.
It seems that all that glitters really is gold. But how do you eat the thing?
This is impossible. Start like ripping it apart.
The way you should attack this shake is you should take off the cotton candy.
You guys gotta eat the cotton candy first. You gotta eat it.
And then with your group, split up who's getting the cotton candy, who's getting the ring pop.
Really? Who's gonna...
Everybody be cool. There's enough to go around.
Very good.
Cotton candy overload. That thing's crazy. The milkshake, it had so much cotton candy in it, and then there was even more cotton candy on the top, and it just went, like, really good together.
It's kind of thick, so you get the spoon, you eat that, and then once you grab that, you're like, all right, I'm gonna grab something else.
The waffles and the waffle actually have a different flavor in it. I think that's the best part.
I don't know how people eat all this,
without falling,
but we're gonna try.
Ready for s'more? If you're not too full, you can settle down for a beach bonfire classic, the S'mores Coney Waffle. Lorene starts by packing a brownie Coney waffle with some good old vanilla.
And they say that you know the true deliciousness of an ice cream store by how delicious their vanilla is. So come by and try our vanilla.
Come for the vanilla, stay for the chocolate dipped graham crackers, chocolate chips, and of course, toasted marshmallows.
It smells so good, I feel like I'm outside camping right now.
Lorene tends to the fire, then slides the mallows on the ice cream.
The next thing I'm going to do is drizzle some chocolate syrup across the top of the marshmallows. Next, I'm going to add some marshmallow syrup and sprinkle some crushed graham crackers on top. You're gonna love this. This is delicious, and we have lines of people who come to our store just to get this.
Oh my God, this is so good. I kind of took the chocolate-covered graham cracker and I like dug that in as like my spoon and tried to get like a little bit of everything, and I just took like a big scoop, like smushed everything together. It tasted just like a s'more. It was absolutely fantastic.
You just kind of like bite into it, and then it's like you gotta chew a little more. Like with the waffle, it's like it kind of melts with the ice cream, and it's just all this good flavor.
Vanilla ice cream, the marshmallow, and the s'mores cracker. I would say a win-win.
Our store gives people an experience that's unforgettable.
People are very nice, and the ice cream is, by itself, very good.
It's that kind of like the last piece of the puzzle for like the perfect beach day.
It's coastal, it's funky, and it's built its reputation on lobster. But in trendy Portland, Maine, it's best not to go too overboard on seafood, or else you'll miss one place in particular that's got people coming out of their shells.
You can get a lobster roll anywhere, but you come to Nosh to get the best burger you've ever had in your life.
Its name may be an homage to snacking, but there's nothing light about this restaurant's over-the-top burgers and sandwiches.
So everybody does burgers. Nobody does them like Nosh. Nobody.
The fillings are awe-inspiring, but check out their bodacious buns.
While burger joints are a dime a dozen, here at Nosh we like to use different kinds of things as buns. We use a pizza bun, chicken cutlets as a bun, donut bun.
I don't think I can pick this thing up. I can help you pick it up.
And these mac and cheese buns.
Mac and cheese bun?
Mike,
You really have buns made of mac and cheese. That's insane.
Brace yourselves for the Mac and Stack. But how the heck do you make buns from such a gooey dish?
This tray has been pressed and chilled overnight, and that way I can cut it into perfect square buns.
Brilliant, brother! Also brilliant to use a ruler to make sure every bun measures up.
In our sauce, we use 3 different kinds of cheeses. American cheese, because it's classic. Cheddar cheese to kind of give it that bite. And we use our cheddar dust to give it that nostalgia from when you were a kid.
As if that wasn't decadent enough, these buns get dipped and deep fried. But before we get too distracted by these buns, as Mama always said, it's what's on the inside that counts.
We use 4 different kinds of meat in our burgers. Ground chuck, ground brisket, ground pork shoulder, and ground bacon. The bacon adds a little smokiness, and the pork gives it that juiciness.
He adds cheese and bacon, then stacks on that mac. You can't have a burger without fries, and no surprise here, they're crazy as well.
This is our bacon dust. It's made with rendered bacon fat. Tossy. And this is our bangin' mac and stack.
When you have that dream, it's like, I wonder what it would be like if I had mac and cheese on a burger. This place has it.
Wow. Who wants buns that aren't made of mac and cheese? But you get a little crisp, and then you open it up, and it's just oozing with cheese. But really, the patty is what makes this. The flavor in the burger is to die for.
You know, bacon dust and fries, really? How do you do that?
These little piggies, they just sprinkle all their love all over these French fries.
It has burger. It has mac and cheese. It's everything you want. Unless you're a vegetarian.
Vegetarians might also want to take cover from the brunch bomb.
Again, we're back to using some crazy buns. This time we'll use chicken.
Fried chicken, to be exact, which then gets topped with more fried stuff.
Everyone's favorite brunch item, the crispy hash brown. A little Maine maple syrup. We'll add our egg with American cheese and bacon.
Some hollandaise aioli, the other chicken bun, and boom.
This will wake you up in the morning. The Nosh Brunch Bomb, an explosion of flavor.
It is everything you want for lunch and breakfast all in one sandwich. It's basically an entire brunch buffet, but in your hands.
How do I eat this thing?
Just do it.
Wow.
It was nice and crunchy, and the inside was so warm. It was the bomb.
The maple syrup was just a little kind of sweet, along with everything that was salty and crisp on it, and the egg was perfectly done. This cheese is just melting off the side there. It is gluttonous and beautiful all at the same time.
With dynamite flavors stacked between 2 irresistible buns, Nosh's sandwiches will blow you away.
Holy mackerel.
Holy mac.
Holy mac.
The water's in the air, the water's everywhere. But in rainy Seattle, it's what's below the surface that really shines. Because when it comes to seafood, the West Coast is the best coast. And there's no better place to enjoy it than Elliott's Oyster House.
Everyone in Seattle knows if you want some seafood and you want a nice night, come on down to Elliott's.
It's beautiful to have seafood on a pier. It's a fantastic setting. I can see the water, I can see the ships.
You walk right down the hill from the Pike's Market there and watch people throwing fish, and you know, this is where it lands.
From a melt loaded with Canadian crab and Oregonian shrimp to dozens of local oysters, the menus of virtual cruise up the Pacific coast.
Elliott's located right here on beautiful Puget Sound, and we are lucky enough to have access to some great oyster beaches, Dungeness crab right in our backyard, and then just a little north, river runs for days with salmon.
And it's that particular fish that inspired this chef to swim upstream by making a meaty classic modern. Check out the Salmon Reuben.
I love a good Reuben, and I wanted to get one on the menu, so I figured what better to do a Reuben with than salmon. We've got a beautiful piece of Southeast Alaskan sockeye salmon here. It's got meaty flavors, it's got a lot of fat like pastrami does.
The fish takes a saltwater swim with garlic, bay leaves, and pickling spices to brine it.
It's been brining for about 4 hours, and it helps keep it moist as it's cooking.
Then for some backstrokes with the pastrami spice rub.
We've got a mixture of pepper, smoked paprika, mustard seed, whole coriander seed, salt, and brown sugar. Give it a good coating on both sides of the salmon. Flip it over. We use only Northwest salmon. It's got a really special, rich flavor and texture. After we've got our rub on both sides of the fish, we're gonna take it over to the smoker and smoke it with alder for about 4 hours. The alder wood is a local wood, and it's gonna add some vanilla, some nuttiness, and some spice notes.
The Northwest gets all the best tasting trees.
Smoky goodness.
Smoking the salmon gets the sandwich halfway there, but to really sell it, you gotta sear.
For our Reuben, we like to cook our salmon on the flat top. It seals the juices in and gives it a wonderful caramelized flavor and color. This bread is from a local bakery. It's made specifically for Elliott's for this sandwich. A good amount of butter on there. Can't get too much butter.
Even the sauerkraut on this Reuben gets a Northwest spin.
Our house-made sauerkraut using Washington apples. Our Russian dressing is made in-house. It's gonna add a little spiciness and a little bit of complexity and more richness to this. And a Reuben wouldn't be a Reuben without cheese. Make sure you use a good quality cheese, nice thick pieces. As you can see, the fish is caramelizing, it's getting happy. So you've got this delicious toasted bread and melted Swiss cheese and the smoky, delicious scent of this smoked sockeye salmon from Alaska coming off the grill here. Just look at how good that looks. It's smoky, it's cheesy, it's the Pacific Coast on a plate.
I really liked how they put a twist on the classic Reubens. Usually in Reubens they use sauerkraut, but the applesauce gave like more of a sweeter, crunchier little slaw that was really nice. The pinkness of the salmon, it's like so bright. It literally looks like they caught it like today.
When the server brought out my Reuben, oh, it was huge. The bread, it was crispy and it was tasted so good and it was awesome.
I have an entire mental library of all the Reubens I've ever had, and this was the best Reuben I've ever had. Salmon works in a Reuben because it's smoky and it's substantial. It was grilled perfectly, and I would order that 100 times more.
And you can! Elliott's Oyster House has been in the business for 42 years, and it isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
It's the best place you can get seafood. I mean, you can just go right out there and get it if you need to, but why not come to Elliott's instead?
With days spent sunning and nights dancing salsa. In Miami, the hunger builds quickly. And from spicy shrimp stuffed tacos to tangy tuna top salads, my ceviche really knows how to lure them in.
Our menu is a melting pot of Caribbean, Latin American flavors. We're able to get the freshest and fastest seafood available.
And if you like your fish as the sea intended, you'll order the namesake dish, ceviche. Ceviche is making a big splash in Miami. And like this sexy city, it's both cool and spicy hot.
It's pretty much one layer of flavor on top of another. Citrusy, acidic, sweet, spicy. So right now we're gonna make the sauce. I'm gonna start with some white onion, jalapenos, garlic, celery.
Some lime juice and orange juice, a quick blend, then the fish gets a dunkin'.
So we use corvina, which is a white flesh, very firm fish.
He adds a variety of fresh produce.
So some tomatoes, jalapenos. Who doesn't like it hot, right?
Then it's time to get cooking. Sort of.
The lime juice and the orange juice will start curing the fish. We'll start kind of cooking it. Per se, the acid on it like naturally cooks the seafood. So for garnish, we love to add some of the yellow corn and blanched sweet potato, which add a nice sweetness and counterbalances the acidity and the spiciness of the ceviche.
And he starts making popcorn.
Yeah, it's a great garnish for the ceviche. It gives you a nice crunch. In Peru, which is ceviche capital of the world, they serve it with cancha, which is like a dry toasted corn kernel. This is the American version.
Some chili lime spice and we're done. Easy breezy.
a really nice white fish. It has this citrus flavor. Really good, really good.
I love lime, so it just like activates all my taste buds out of this world.
So fresh. Spicy, has a little tang. I love it.
For those after something a little heftier, grab a fish burrito.
People think about burritos, they strictly think about Mexican-style burritos. Ours are Caribbean-style. There's more lighter type of ingredients, which complements very well the fish.
This briny burrito starts with today's catch.
We use mahi-mahi, which is a local fish caught right off the coast of Florida. We're gonna put the fish one side down and season it with a blackening spice mix. It's looking beautiful. We have the nice golden crust on it.
Now we're ready to roll. A grilled flour tortilla is topped with a touch of home coconut jasmine rice.
It reminds me of eating fried fish right on the ocean with coconut rice. It's the good stuff, man.
Next, that flavor dream team of acid and cream.
Yellow corn, fresh tomatoes, some pickled red onions, queso fresco, which is like a fresh farmer's cheese, has avocado. Then we're gonna add some cilantro.
And then the reason we're here.
Blackened, golden crusted mahi-mahi. I smell the freshness, smell the ocean.
A final dose of lime jalapeno mayo, and this gift is wrapped.
Fish burrito, you know you want it.
It's like Miami Christmas right now, guys. Wow, it's so good.
That briny texture of the pickled onions and the sweet of the rice combined, it's amazing.
It's a perfect burrito filled with fresh and delicious seafood straight from the Miami ocean.
So if you're in Miami and you're done with your beach day, grab a fish burrito or some spicy ceviche. If you find yourself boating up Middle River in the east coast town of Essex, you can of course fish for your own dinner, but you'll probably have more fun if you dock your boat at the Crazy Tuna Bar and Grill.
Going places by car is just boring, but when you get in the boat and pull up to the dock and walk 50 feet to your table, it just doesn't get any better than that.
With its bright umbrellas, tiki bar vibe, and bold menu, Crazy Tuna brings a touch of Key West to Essex.
Key Wessex.
Oh, that's good. Jeff Stone and Susan Savino work to keep the beer flowing, the food finger licking.
I was eating those ribs and they were delicious. I was going for the napkin, but instead I just had to lick the fingers because I didn't want to get rid of that taste.
And they make sure everybody knows your name.
God, Jeffrey, are you crazy?
But when booze, land, and sea combine at Crazy Tuna, you get the beer and brat muscles. Mike Harris is the man responsible for coaxing these babies out of their shell.
What I love about mussels are that they're rustic. A lot of people just eat them with their hands, which is great. It's great to eat on the water while you're watching boats pass by.
He starts with some oil in a hot pan. Really hot.
Let that flame die down a little bit.
Mike man-powers the pan with precision.
Get them nice and hot, they're gonna open soon.
Just when you think a mussel's going overboard, he pulls it back in.
When I add my butter, a little bit of salt and pepper.
Now I'm gonna add the flour. Once it comes to a boil, it's gonna act as a thickener. Just a tablespoon of that, give it a stir. Now we're gonna add some beer. This is a local favorite. It's a light, hoppy beer, which is gonna give the mussels a lot of flavor. We're gonna add some chicken stock. Give it a little more flavor, a little more liquid, allow it to boil. And check, see that all of them are opening up. Now we add some sweet Italian sausage.
After the mussels soak up all that porky beer juice, Mike takes them to the plate.
Then we go to plating. I don't want to get it all in there. Juice, the mussels, and the sausage. Add some Maryland crab seasoning on top as a garnish. Finish it with a dinner roll. And these are our beer and broth mussels, the best mussels you can get in Maryland.
Mussels were absolutely delicious. In fact, I had one that had 2 in it. It was like a bonus.
This is the only place I will come for mussels. They're always huge, they're always delicious. Pillowy, buttery, little sacks of perfection here. The beer added something to that dish that I didn't know that I wanted, and it was perfect.
Mussels are really good, tender, nice and garlicky. You got the bread, you want to dip that in that juice. Absolutely, that's the best part.
I tell you, here at the Crazy Tuna, I love just coming here. I don't feel like I'm coming to work. I feel like I'm going to a party.
You got the tropical drinks, you got the tropical food, you got everything. And it just brings about this whole atmosphere that makes you kind of feel like I'm back down on the islands, down in the Caribbean.
But no stories. What happens at the tuna stays at the tuna.
Rosie! So the next time you want brisket top biscuits or an ice cream overload, put the pedal to the metal and head to the coast. It's a sure thing.